It started as an ordinary Sunday morning, the kind where sunlight streams through the blinds and you expect nothing more dramatic than coffee and toast. Claire sat across from me at the breakfast table, her spoon swirling idly through a bowl of yogurt she wasn't eating. I noticed her distant gaze, the way she seemed to be somewhere else entirely. I asked softly, "What do you want to do, honey?" Expecting the usual answer. Maybe a weekend project, maybe visiting her sister, or even just a walk in the park. Instead, she looked up, her eyes strangely lit with determination, and said, "I want to travel alone." Her words landed like a punch to the gut. Alone? Not with me? Not together? Just alone. I laughed at first, thinking it was a joke, but she didn't smile. She meant it. She wanted space. She wanted escape. She wanted freedom from the life we had built together. I sat there in silence, letting the weight of her answer settle. In that moment, dozens of memories raced through my mind. Our honeymoon, road trips, late-night movie marathons where she'd fall asleep halfway through. All of it suddenly felt disposable, like it had only ever been a placeholder until she figured out how to run. I nodded slowly, hiding the storm building inside me. "Travel alone, huh?" I repeated. She didn't notice the edge in my voice. Or maybe she did and just didn't care. She shrugged as if asking for solitude was the most natural thing in the world. "Yeah, I just need to find myself." "You understand, right?" Oh, I understood. I understood that she wasn't asking for a vacation. She was asking for a life without me. She wanted to taste freedom without having to say the word divorce. That afternoon, while she lounged in the living room, scrolling through her phone, I slipped into my study, opened my laptop, and began searching for flights. If she wanted to travel alone, I'd give her exactly that. No return ticket, no safety net. A one-way flight to the freedom she craved. And as I clicked, "Confirm purchase," I felt something inside me harden. She thought she was leaving me behind. She had no idea what I was leaving her with. When I handed Claire the envelope with her ticket inside, her face lit up as if she'd already escaped the chains of marriage. "You actually did it," she whispered, almost in disbelief. I smiled. "You said you wanted to travel alone. I thought I'd make it easier for you." She hugged me quickly, almost perfunctorily, as if she couldn't wait to open the gift and see what her freedom looked like on paper. When she pulled out the ticket and saw the bold letters, "One-way flight to Barcelona," her hands trembled. "One way?" she asked, eyebrows knitting together. "Yes," I said calmly, sipping my coffee. "You wanted to go find yourself. I thought it made sense to not set a deadline. You can stay as long as you want. No pressure." She stared at me, silent. For the first time, I could see a flicker of unease behind her eyes. She had expected resistance, an argument, maybe even a fight, but compliance, that rattled her. For the next week, she moved through the house like a stranger, packing her bag slowly, almost theatrically, like she wanted me to stop her. I didn't. I carried on with life as if her absence would be nothing more than a missing chair at the dinner table. The night before her flight, she sat beside me on the couch. "Mark, are you sure you're okay with this?" she asked. Her voice was soft, uncertain, like she just realized she might not be in control after all. I turned to her with a calmness I didn't feel. "Claire, I only want what makes you happy." Her lips parted as though she wanted to say something more, but she closed them again. Instead, she placed her head on my shoulder like she used to, but it felt foreign, rehearsed. I knew what she was really afraid of. What if I actually let her go? The next morning, I drove her to the airport. She kissed me goodbye lightly, her eyes scanning the terminal with a hunger that wasn't for me. I watched her walk away, her suitcase rolling behind her, her shoulders squared with self-importance. But as she disappeared into the crowd, I couldn't stop smiling because the truth was Claire thought she was in control of the story. She thought she was writing her own chapter. She didn't realize I'd just given her a pen with no ink. Weeks passed after Claire left, and for the first time in years, the house felt like mine. No endless sighs, no passive-aggressive remarks about how boring life was. Just silence, peaceful, liberating silence. I didn't call her. I didn't check in. I didn't even send money. I let her live the independence she had begged for. At first, her social media was filled with pictures. Wine glasses clinking in Spain, selfies in front of cathedrals, hashtags about freedom and self-love. Friends praised her courage, envied her adventure. But then slowly the posts dwindled. The captions grew shorter, the smiles tighter. One evening, 2 months later, I received a call. Her voice was small, shaky. "Mark, I think I made a mistake. Can you book me a flight back home?" I leaned back in my chair, staring at the ceiling, letting her words hang in the air. "A mistake? I thought you wanted this, Claire. To travel, to be free. Why cut it short?" Her voice cracked. "It's not what I thought it would be. It's lonely, expensive. I miss you. I miss home." I could almost picture her sitting in some dim hostel, her dreams of adventure crumbling under the weight of reality. And for a moment, a flicker of pity stirred inside me. But then I remembered the nights I sat alone, waiting for her affection. The time she rolled her eyes at the life I worked hard to build. The way she dismissed me as if I wasn't enough. So I spoke carefully, slowly. "Claire, the ticket I gave you was one way. You wanted to leave and I let you. But coming back, that's something you'll have to figure out on your own." Silence, then a sharp inhale, as if she finally understood what I had done. The truth was simple. I hadn't sent her away to punish her. I had given her exactly what she claimed to want, freedom without limits. But freedom, I realized, is a test. And Claire failed it. I hung up the phone and felt no regret because for the first time, I wasn't the man begging for scraps of affection. I was the man who had finally learned to